actually Johnny's here, he must have the hard drive, surely. Okay, things are about to go down. I better grab this, come on. Come on. Okay, let's go. Frederick, I need a status update right now. Alright, no other clones nearby the regulars it seems. What about Pear? Where is he? That's so this whole place is going down then. I'll try to stop it. Get yourself back in the game. Catch you later. Just gotta wait for the right moment. Still unfinished.
Welcome, valued investors, to the first annual Clone VPN shareholders meeting.
Hey, quick question.
We haven't even started the meeting yet. This is an important one.
Oh, we don't care.
Yeah, weren't we supposed to launch 2 days ago? Where's he at?
There is a simple and rational explanation for that.
You promised us a product. Where's it at?
I put a lot of money into this project. You better not be trying to scam us.
Oh, no. It's nothing like that. We've simply run into some complications.
What kind of complications?
With our diverse content deployment strategy.
Last week you said things were going better than ever. What happened?
Well, you see...
My family's been bankrolling you and your predecessor for years. I was hoping to see some kind of cash investment
The
return.
facility is gone.
What?
What facility?
What do you mean it's gone? What are you talking about?
Exploded. We were able to retain some of our valued assets, but it's too dangerous there now.
What facilities? I thought this was a VPN company.
About that.
Sell everything! We're going on there!
Tricked us!
I'm disappointed in you. That's I want out!
I'm sorry, but none of you will be here.
I want out! No, it's locked! It's locked!
The room will be filling with the harmless invisible gas shortly. I'm sorry that things had to go the way that they did. Thank you, valued shareholders, for your commitment to Clone VPN. But sadly, Clone VPN will be shutting its doors indefinitely. We have no need of you anymore. My associates will be alone too. Dispose of you.
My family made you.
Until next time, dear shareholders.
Can portals actually exist? Ever since Portals released in 2009, everyone has wanted to get their hands on a gun to make travel between two distances instantaneous. But scientifically, what would it take? Well, to start off, the closest possible comparison we have is wormholes. While mathematically they're similar to black holes, unlike black holes, we're not actually 100% sure they exist. But we do know how they would theoretically work. For those of you that don't understand wormholes, basically, hold on. Imagine Riggy needs to get from the bottom of the graph paper to the top, and he doesn't want to walk because he's lazy. Well, let's do this. If we poke a hole in point A and point B, a wormhole basically takes the graph paper and folds it on top of itself. So, how do we do this in real life? Short answer, we don't! Mostly because it would violate all the laws of the universe and basically manipulate enough matter and mass to destroy our planet each time we placed a portal. So yeah, unfortunately, not only is the cake alive, but the portals are alive too. Now you won't have to wonder, is the moon floating away? You may have heard this rumor growing up or spread around the internet, and I'm here to tell you, yeah, it's actually true. Let me explain. Yeah?
How about I turn on the new 3D mode that we've been working on?
Sure, why not?
Whoa, it even gave me a spacesuit.
Alright, well, we all know the moon spins around the Earth, but if we look at it from the top, we can see that the Earth spins way faster, leaving the moon to play catch-up. What this does is effectively change the moon's trajectory and is widened over time, pushing it further and further away from the Earth. So does this mean that soon the moon will disappear? No home for the rabbits to get to and nothing for Crew to steal? Yeah, no. The moon is only floating a little bit away from Earth each year, to the point where it'll take billions of years to leave Earth. In fact, we'll be dead long before that happens, and the sun will be a red giant. The moon is only floating a little over 1.5 inches away a year, so less than Riggy's cannon height.
Well, yeah, but remember when we went to Paris? I was like 2 feet tall.
Oh yeah, wait, you can size change?
There's a lot of things you don't know about me.
Like what? Whoa, you can still teleport? You can just do that now? Whatever, now you know. Shorts Wars 2 was almost canceled? If you don't know what the Shorts Wars is, basically it was a collab between me and a couple other Shorts creators where we made a big overarching storyline. There was puzzles and epic anime fights, and hey, MatPat made a video on it. But yesterday, we almost canceled Season 2, all because of one game, Mario Party. Basically, it was me, Johnny Bundun, and Failure live yesterday, and we were at each other's throats the whole time. Johnny beat us all by far. Apparently, he's just a Mario Party king, I guess. But Failure and I were neck and neck at the bottom, and I would have lost if Bundun didn't have a vendetta against Failure for absolutely no reason other than to be entertaining. Seriously, every chance he got, he dragged him down. Even going as far as to throw minigames just because he was on Failure's team. So long story short, we almost tore apart our group, but of course, at the end, we remained friends because video games aren't everything. Also, Failure is just a really, really good guy and didn't let losing get to him. So everybody come and respect for Failure. Hey, speaking of live streaming, I'm going live for the first time ever today! Link in the pinned comment. But that's how. Riggy is being cloned again? No, not by Clone Riggy. Thankfully, he's dead. But Riggy's plushies are being cloned and stolen. They're being sold all over the internet, and while they're cheaper, they look cheaply made too. Look, if you want to buy one of these instead, I won't stop you. I know not everyone can afford makeships, but also know that I can't guarantee the quality on these rip-offs. And also know that none of the money will be going to Riggy or I. We're in the process of trying to get these taken down, but for now, if you want to support the real one, make sure to check it out in the makeshift website. Link in bio, or just Google Riggy Plush. And hey, only 5 days left, so if you want to get one, make sure to get it now.
Phew, I got scared when you mentioned Clone Riggy. You were right. Good thing he's dead.
Definitely. Hey, by the way, we haven't caught up in a while. You want to get a coffee after work?
Are you buying?
Seriously? Yeah, sure.
Cool.
Cool. Hold on, I just gotta grab my jacket.
It's not ready yet, but you'll see. You'll see.
Riggy's biggest secret? Obviously, he's got tons of secrets. You guys have been asking a lot of questions recently, so let's ask him the most requested one. Number 1, why do you commit so many crimes? Number 2, why don't you wear your hoodies anymore? And by extension, number 3, why don't you wear a shirt at all? Aw, what's wrong? Can't answer any questions? Come on, you've got to answer at least some questions. Do it for the lore. Alright, how about these? Who is Lucky? Is he bad? How'd he get famous? What about this beaver guy? Were you two friends or something? What was his name? Billy? Come on, give us something. That's it? Huh? Riggy! I am so done with you destroying everything. Wait a minute. Did you see? No, that couldn't have been. Whatever. Well, guess what? Today, I've got another one. Okay, Yep, I'm out. Guess we'll never know. Am I gonna die today? I've seen so many of you guys genuinely concerned that I'm gonna die today. Even my own girlfriend is worried. I mean, to be fair, I did say Riggy came to me in a dream and told me I was gonna die Friday today. But it was just a dream. Some of my dreams have giant man-eating octopi. They don't usually make sense. And I know I made a short recently talking about what if I died, and also I made a short a couple days ago about the thing in my walls, which I still haven't found. But I'm fine. Plus, I can't die before I live stream Mario Wonder tomorrow, or I see the FNAF movie next week, which I've waited 9 years for. For those of you genuinely worried about me, no, I'm fine.
For now.
What?
Nothing.
You can't kill me, you'd be out of a job.
No, I could run the channel if I tried. Listen to them bicker. I'm so sick of it every day for the past couple months, just listening to the paper boy and the rabbit monkey free bus, and I have something planned. And next month we finally launch it. We're so close. These dummies won't know I hit them.
Really quick.
Wait, Dano, did you hear something?
Besides your annoying voice, no.
That's it. Riggy, stop. No.
The Clown Army Uprising? In honor of Halloween 2023, let's take a trip back to one of the scariest Halloweens in history, 2016. Where an army of creepy clowns began taking over the world. Seriously. Where did they come from? What did they want? And most importantly, who started it? Well, we have no idea. Although most people speculate it started out simply as a student promoting his short film, it definitely grew far beyond him very quickly. With tons of people dressing up as clowns and threatening people all over the country for seemingly no reason overnight. Stores stopped selling clown outfits, they were outright banned in many places, and the funniest part, there was actually more violent acts committed towards the clowns instead of by them, with scared people forming mobs and hunting them down. Again, I'm being serious. But by the time Christmas rolled around, the clowns seemingly disappeared, never to be seen again.
You're so gullible. New costume. How do you like it?
I hate it. Whoa, except for that duplication effect. How'd you pull that off?
Huh? What effect?
Just now with the... never mind. That was real-life infinite money glitches? Have you ever had the dream of finding a glitch in the system and exploit in real life some way to make infinite money? Well, there's actually been a couple cases of people discovering ways in recent history. First up, coin clipping was a big practice a long time ago, where the edges of coins were clipped to give you a bunch of shaving, before combining them and having a whole nother coin. Remember, this is a long time ago where a quarter was worth a lot more. Eventually, banks ended up putting ridges on coins to stop. Another money glitch was discovered by 29-year-old Australian Dan Saunders, who figured out a bank glitch with withdrawing more money than his account actually had. In total, Saunders withdrew $1.6 million and used it to have big parties, pay for friends' college tuition, etc. Although in the end, he felt immense guilt and turned himself in. His punishment for stealing $1.6 million? A year in jail. He was charged for 111 counts of fraud and only got 1 year. And he was asked to repay only a small part of the stolen money. Crazy. But those are... Does talking to yourself make you crazy? Statistically, 96% of adults talk to themselves in their minds, and another 24% of people talk to themselves out loud. While both are a pretty normal behavior, the science behind it is definitely interesting. Most of us actually begin self-talking as toddlers, which is apparently really important to help us distinguish speech patterns and form our first sentences. As you get older, you stop speaking to yourself out loud because it becomes a force of habit to keep it internal. Not just because if we talk to ourselves out loud in public, we get odd glances of people thinking we're insane. However, interestingly, the type of self-talk you have does have a genuine impact on your brain and life. Studies show that constant negative self-talk, such as putting yourself down during challenges in life, can genuinely make you a less productive person or make you outright depressed. Whereas positive self-talk and reinforcement can help you. So in other words, if you tell yourself you're a failure, chances of you being one are high. But if you believe in yourself, sometimes it actually works. So yeah, not only does talking to yourself not make you crazy, if done the right way, it can actually make you a better person. Moral is, love yourself. End of story. But now you know.
Milk lore. Why does milk have an expiration date? In the 1930s, American gangster Al Capone is the head of the most successful Chicago mafia. At this time, he's making $100 million a year, which is nearly $2 billion with modern inflation. There's a problem though. This job is dangerous. Other mob families are jealous of Capone's success, and there's a $50,000 bounty for anyone to kill Capone. This guy needed a new business plan, and then he had an idea. Milk. Nearly every family drinks milk daily, and kids love it. Plus, the markup on milk is higher than the markup on alcohol, which made Capone's money to begin with. So Capone changes his alcohol bottling facilities into milk bottling facilities. But here's what makes his milk better. Al Capone had a close family member get sick from drinking expired milk. So when he goes into the milk business, all of his bottles have an expiration date, telling you they're no longer safe to drink. And now it's a standard for all milk. Black hole lore. Why do black holes slow down time? Deep in space exist huge stars, and once those stars die, they leave behind an anomaly known as a black hole. In 1964, NASA first discovered black holes, and ever since it has captivated minds across the world. world. From its stupidly strong gravitational pull to its spaghettification qualities, this thing is shrouded in mystery and darkness. One of these mysteries is a black hole's ability to slow down time, but we actually know why this happens. Black holes have this immense gravitational pull that can pull in asteroids, moons, and even entire planets. This gravitational pull is so strong, it even pulls in light. Everyone knows light has a set constant speed, and it's impossible to slow light down at all, but a black hole does slow light down, but that's impossible. What actually happens when a black hole sucks in light, instead of light slowing down, time itself slows down, keeping light at its constant speed.
If the U.S. is in debt, why can't we just print more money? So most of us have heard that the U.S. is about $33 trillion in debt. To who? Well, it's a little hard to explain, but basically citizens, a couple foreign countries, and the federal government itself invest in bonds so the government can spend money on paying employees and government programs. Yes, the federal government is in debt to itself. Just try not to think too hard about it. So we've got a lot of debt. Why can't we just print more money and pay it all off? Well, because of a little thing called inflation. Think of it this way. In this scenario, Rose equals money. If Rosie has 10 roses and Riggy has 0 roses, then Rosie is rich and Riggy is poor. But if Riggy grows 10 roses for himself, now both of them are rich and nobody's poor, which makes the rose useless. The more money you print, the less value money has because the more common it is. It's like how if one person has a gold ring that everyone wants, it can be really expensive. If everyone has gold rings, it doesn't matter anymore. So basically, that's why printing money is horrible.
Okay, I hear you, but what if I really like money and I just want more of it?
Were you listening to a word I just said?
Not really. Usually I just read the list of poses you need from me and tune you out.
Mother, okay, now you know.
Illegal lore. Why is it so hard to counterfeit money? So you have your money and you want to make it into more money, which should be easy. I mean, it's paper, so you can just use this stuff, right? No. Paper money is actually not paper, and is instead a blend of linen and cotton, meaning if you use normal paper, we're going to prison. Okay, so say you've somehow gotten your cotton linen blend. That means this material is indistinguishable from this material, right? Wrong again. See, in the fabric of money, there are small blue and red fibers woven in, making the material very slightly different, but still enough for the police to throw us in prison. Alright, so now we have the fibers in it. Surely we can start printing now, right? Nope. Modern printers and copy machines will recognize and prevent you from copying money, so they are completely out of the question. Not to mention the designs on money are put there with a special ink that we don't really have easy access to. But even if we get a 1970s printer and this special ink, it still won't work because money has serial numbers and you can't really fake those.
I have been in not one, not two, but 3 different MatPat videos across 3 of his theory channels. And it is the most surreal thing that has ever happened. One of the first channels that I regularly started watching when I first discovered YouTube was Game Theory. So to see myself in their videos gives me the feeling that I've made it, so to speak, more than anything else. Most recently I had a cameo in a Game Theory video. I was on Food Theory for the Waffle House meme, and on Film Theory for Shorts Wars. Now the only thing missing is style theory, but I don't think Matt needs to dissect the Kirby fit. I mean, I think it could potentially be interesting to see how long you could survive off of nothing but Kirby merchandise, but hey, that's just a theory.
This is the most expensive coffee in the world.
It's elephant poop coffee, and it tastes okay, just don't get it straight from the source.
Yeah, so if you didn't know, this is actually a pretty big problem when it comes to AI.
AIs are pretty racist and sexist because they're based on biased data sets, and they simply replicate patterns they see in their training data, so they don't really have any principles or morals.
New words have just been added to the dictionary.
It's the words Riz, Mid, Simp, and Bussin'. Still waiting for Gian and Skibidi.
No, this is not what you think it is.
It's deer antlers, which are harvested for an extract, and it allegedly provides a bunch of health benefits, but it's most likely BS and not true.
Can teachers make you pay to get your phone back?
Yes, but only if it's a school policy that you and your parents agree to.
Which video game character searched up more in corn?
Top 5 is Mercy, Lady Dimitrescu, Widowmaker, Minecraft Jenny, and Diva. Why is a little square a top 2? I need to touch some grass.
Illegal lore. How do identities get stolen? 33% of people are victims to identity theft at least once in their lives. But how does this happen? Before the internet, identity theft would just take place after somebody mugged you or... But today, stealing someone's identity is much less risky. Online businesses will constantly ask for your information, then do nothing to protect that information, leaving it completely defenseless to not only experienced hackers, but random Joe Schmoes that just watched a YouTube tutorial. Then once these people have your information, they'll log into your social media accounts, your bank accounts, your insurance, and once they do these things, they can open a credit line, ruining you financially while they get off scot-free. You might think you're safe, but even if your passwords are 100% secure, hackers have recently started using deepfakes to contact banks pretending to be you and ask to reset your passwords. Movie lore. Why is American Psycho so popular? Most movies will fall off a few years after release, but American Psycho, which came out in 2000, is more popular than ever. Now, there are two big reasons why this movie is still so popular. First, we have the memes. The business card scene, the Sigma face, walking while listening to music. This movie is filled with iconic scenes. It feels like you can't go more than a week without absorbing a Patrick Bateman reference. The second reason is the movie just resonating with audiences. At the end of the movie, Patrick Bateman learns that none of his actions actually matter. The reason being that in the corporate hierarchy, everyone's the same. That's why Patrick Bateman's crimes don't have consequences, or even why Paul Allen didn't recognize Patrick Bateman earlier in the film. This movie is kind of confusing.